Okay, in today's video, I'll be making it on the Fujitsu FM Towns computer using the Tsugaru emulator. And what I'll be doing today is basically mounting a hard drive, creating a hard drive, and mounting a hard drive, and partitioning a hard drive on the Tsugaru FM Towns emulator. And I will be also creating a floppy disk, because some games require floppy disks in order for you to save the game, and other disks require you to have hard drive so you can install the game onto the hard drive so you can play it. So and also I'll be playing with machine settings as well. Let's start. So the first thing is you need to get an operating system which enables you to partition a hard drive. So you can find it on this URL here. I'll leave it in the video descriptions below. And what you need is you need to get an operating system for the FM Towns emulator. Called Towns System Software. Let's go all the way down. You want to get at least version 2.1. But the one that I got or downloaded was version 2.1 L31, which was this one right here. I downloaded that. This website shows you what the menu, what the translation of the menu bars in the FM Towns operating system is. So let's get started. This website shows you what kind of machines, machine codes there are. So the machine code in relation to the machine, the processor, and the hardware, basically. So I'm going to start Tsugaru. So when you get this file, just extract it to a folder on your computer. So for me, I just put that software here, basically. Just unzipped it and put it all into this folder. A different one. Let me get that. I'll call it that. Put it in there like so, and I'm going to start Tsugaru. I have a tutorial video about Tsugaru, the first one that I made. If you're interested, if you haven't seen it, then you could go to the video cards on the top right corner, and or you could go to the video descriptions and click on it and watch it if you want. If you haven't already done so. So I'm going to start Tsugaru. So what I want to do first is I want to create a hard drive. So go here, go to Files, go to New. I want to create a hard drive image. And you could set the size. The maximum is 120 megabytes. Call it 120 MB HDD and just create it. I created that hard drive image. Now I want to create it. Connect this to that file that I just created called 120 MB HDD. And I'm going to demonstrate something right now. Right now, I haven't inserted the operating system disks or disk CD disk. So if I just run it like this, one thing I can't do is I can't access the hard drive because there's no option to partition the disk, as you can see on this website. On the very last part here, right there, there's no option for partitioning the hard drive, so you cannot create a hard drive with this, with the operating system that's on the ROM. So the third one is hard drive partition, but in here it's not hard drive partition, it's something else. See what that is actually. It's this one right here. It's character set configuration. So that's not a hard drive partition. So we can't do it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. Get out of here. So what I'm going to do now is change the disk to the operating system. This one. Going to boot from the operating system basically. So it's Towns OS version 3.1. Okay. Now we have the option to partition the drive, right? Which is this one right here. Partition. I'm going to select the drive. It's 120. Create the name the partition. Select MS-DOS. So I want to create a full partition. Okay. Okay. Let's see if it's done. Name the disk. I think that should be it. I should be able to access this hard drive now. As you can see, there's 122,716 kilobytes, which is about 120 megabytes. So let's exit from here. What I'm going to do is turn it off. Wing Commander is one of those games that require you to have a hard drive. Wing Commander's there. Now I'm going to start the game. if I can access the hard drive, and I can access it. What I want to do is I'm going to install this on the hard drive. On that hard drive. So all of these. On certain games like Wing Commander, you need a hard drive, or you're not going to be able to run the game or program. I guess some programs do require that. If you can't read Japanese, that's fine. I mean, this guy already translated everything and shows you what's in the menu bar, so it shouldn't be too hard to follow. Even if you want to install a operating system onto the FM Towns computer, you could do that. Want to fast forward through this, you don't have to watch all this. Just fast. Okay, that's it. Everything that I installed should be on a hard drive, like there. I should be able to run the game now. It's slow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. Start it again. As you can see, it's reading from the hard drive. But the music is from the CD drive, so if you don't put in the right CD, it's not going to play the right sounds or music. You don't have to watch this whole thing. I'm just going to fast forward through this, okay? Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to create a floppy disk drive. So to do that, it's quite simple. Just go to New. I think the floppy disk the FM Towns computer had was a 3.5 inch, 1.44 megabyte floppy disk drive. So this one. So I'm gonna make a folder called floppy disks. .d88. I think that's the format. I'm gonna insert this disk. Start the emulator. There's the floppy disk. I don't know if you have to format this or not. Let's see if we have to format it. There's a difference if I do format it. This section right here. That's the disk. Formatting the floppy disk drive. I don't know if you have to format it or not. If I can access it, I don't have to format it. I don't think it really matters. You don't have to format it. If you format it, you could just change the name of the disk, which I did there. Much in it for formatting floppy disk drive and partitioning a hard drive. So the next thing I want to talk about is the machine settings. Oh, as for the hard drive, it's kind of like on a video game system like the Sony PlayStation 1 or the Sega Saturn or Sega Dreamcast. They didn't have hard drives back in the 1990s for video game consoles. So what they used was kind of like a flash card, which allowed you to save games. That's what the floppy disk is for on the FM Towns computer. Basically, the floppy disk kind of like acts as a device which enables you to save games and stuff like that. That's all it is. So that's why I showed you how to format a floppy disk drive. So next thing we'll be talking about is the machine settings. I compiled this from this website right here. I'll leave all the links for these websites in the video descriptions below. So we have different models here, as you can see. Model 2 is a 386DX 16 megahertz computer. This was the first model. And we have the 20F here, the 2F, 20F, which is a 386DX16. So let's say I want a 25 megahertz, 20 megahertz 386DX. That would be the HR right here. And let's say I want a 486SX 430 at 33 megahertz. I would select the MX series right here. And MX says about anywhere from 4 to 8 megabytes is good for it. I think some of these models did have upgradable RAM. I'm not sure how much RAM you can put in there, maybe 16 at the most, but I'm not sure. But I know 8 is for sure, but 16 I don't know. You can try that out if you want. So let's say I want the best machine here, a 486DX. We don't have the option for any Pentium computers with the BIOS that I have, because it requires a HA. There's no HA here. But we do have the ability to get a 486DX too, which is the MF right here. You select the MF here. The best model we could get, what's ME? That's a DX, that's a 4620 megahertz. I'll select the MX and I'll set the megahertz for that. It will be 33 megahertz. Like 8 megabytes of RAM, high fidelity. I would want that. And I would save it. Save profile. No, save profile as. Call it 486 SX33 and save that. I do have other profiles, so I can open the profile. We do have an option for a 486DX266. That would be the MA model. And as you can see, I have a 486DX that I set it to. Let's say I want to make another machine. Set it to medium fidelity. I want a 386DX16. Okay. I think these models had, you were able to get 8 megabytes on this model, the CX. There's a CX. If you want to get rid of the hard drive, you can just like that. Just delete it. No more hard drive. I want to save this as a save that. Now I got another profile. And that's pretty much all I want to show you today on this video. And if I just exit and go back, start Tsugaru again, I could just open whatever profile I want or the machine. So the last machine setting was this. This is what I want to set it to. save this profile. That's what I want it to be next time. 33 megahertz, 486. Here it is. And we could just select it from different ones as well. And that's all I want to show you today. And if you have any questions, you could leave in the comment section, and all the links for all the websites that I went to will be in the video descriptions below and also in the video cards. Thanks for watching.